community, and we help you get your message out. Thank you all for taking time out of your busy Friday to join us. Today's business hosts are Megan and Nicholas De Salvo of EdgeOne Media. But before we get to our hosts, do we have any new guests with us today? No? All right, fantastic. Well, if you haven't been here before, we're going to hear from our hosts. And after we hear from our hosts, we're going to hear from our executive director, Liz Hartman. She's going to keep us abreast of all of our latest happenings and opportunities within our community. After which we'll break into smaller groups before coming back for a wrap up. And we'll finish with shout outs for everybody's business. With all of that said, let's welcome our hosts for today. As I mentioned, we're lucky enough to have marketing experts from EdgeOne Media with us today. But for those of you who do not know, Megan and Nicholas are more than a local business owners helping other business owners succeed. They're huge supporters of the community, and they give so much of their time and their expertise to their community and to the organizations and the causes that are near and dear to their hearts. And they also foster that sense of community and belonging wherever they go. So I'm very proud and happy to welcome Nicholas and Megan. Why don't you guys come off mute and tell us more about yourselves and EdgeOne Media?
Well, thank you, Christopher. That was a lovely introduction. It's great to be here this morning. And as he said, we are from EdgeOne Media. We're a digital marketing firm in the Portland metro area. We've been members of the Lake Oswego Chamber for 800 years. That's not even, that's not. I think we've been members for close to 10 years now. And we're excited to be here this morning, as I said, and we're talking a little bit about what this year has meant in marketing. We're coming up on our 1-year anniversary in kind of a lockdown environment. And I just was reflecting on what that was like a year ago, because it seemed like every day was like a movie. And it was just from beginning to end, a new unprecedented thing happened, and then a new unprecedented thing happened, and then you didn't think another thing could happen, but another thing happened. And that was a really tumultuous environment, and there was a lot of fear in small business in particular about what the way forward was going to be like. And here we are a year later, and we have some information on what it was like and what the future might look like.
Yeah, in that time, we talked to over 150 business owners to try and guide them to what the next thing might be. What could they do to pivot, the word that we all love, their business in a time that they didn't, we talked with massage therapists who, what do you do when you can't touch someone? And little did we know they wouldn't be able to touch someone for a very long time. So we were able to talk with them about strategies that they could do to take their businesses digital, to cultivate their community during that time by engaging in groups and doing lots of activities that they otherwise wouldn't have been doing, because usually they were just showing up each day to treat the clients they were treating. The clients' word of mouth would get them more business, and that was really their focus. So it was interesting. Every business owner had a different sort of obstacle that they were trying to overcome. And it was really fun and interesting to look at that and say, okay, well, here's actually a solution. Here's something you could do. Here's how you can continue to make money in this time. And being able to be that light in the darkness for some of those individuals was probably one of my favorite parts of what happened. Not that we all should have favorite parts of what happened. Over the course of time, though, we were able to dial into exactly what strategies people should be using, and those strategies still ring true today.
Yeah, well, over the last year, there have been some definite trends that have emerged, and some things that were true before that became more true during lockdown. And one of those things is that email marketing became one of the big booms of the industry. When we were not able to get together anymore, email became a lifeline for a lot of businesses. And what was true before is that when you sent out emails, you got back dollars. And it is the cheapest form of advertising that you can actually do. Email is generally free, unless you have thousands and thousands of people on your list. But it's a relatively low cost option for you to send out information about your business to stay in front of your customers, people who have done business with you, people who want to hear from you. And the biggest obstacle that we run into when we suggest email marketing is that business owners don't want to bother other people. And I think that that objection in particular is a little bit overstated. Most people are much more tolerant of email than you think that they will be. I know that I get emails from lots of brands that I sign up for, and I'm happy to do it. You know, Banana Republic sends me 7 emails every single day, and I open every one of them. So I'm like, ooh, what's new? What's happening? What's going on? I want to hear from the people I want to hear from, and email is a great way for you to stay in touch with those folks.
Another way to stay in touch with people that often has obstacles to it as well are groups. So in particular, Facebook groups is one area where you can continuously grow a community and cultivate messaging with that community to grow and foster that your community there. But oftentimes people don't know what to say or don't know how to engage. And we really took to our community, opened it up to more than just our clients, and allowed anyone who wanted to join our community. And in that time, the things that we would say, sometimes it would just say, we would just say, how are you? How was today? Did you make it through today? Today was hard. And just by doing that, we engaged with our community to be there in whatever moment they're in. If they were experiencing high moments of happiness, they would share that there. If they were experiencing low, sad moments where they weren't sure if their business was going to survive this pandemic, they shared that there. There were connections made between other people who could help one another. And I think that that is the most important part of your community, to have it be more than just about your business, more than just about who you are, but have it take on its own character. What do you stand for? What are the things that are important to you? What values can you share among your community? And that's really the important part of that. It isn't just posting, marketing tips or legal advice or whatever it might be that you specialize in. It is about being there for the people who are part of it and helping them through whatever obstacles they're facing.
And in a time when we can't get together to do networking, online groups have been a really interesting way to engage with people and stay connected. And that's still true. There is some light on the horizon, like we might eventually get back together. But until that occurs, you can still engage with groups that are very specific to your particular business or need that can be very beneficial for you in a business sense.
The other thing about groups is you can ask your group to do something for you. So once you build up that community and foster it, you can go in and say, hey, everybody, I would love it if you could leave me a Google review. Or, I really need a connection to a business that does XYZ. Do you know anybody who is a CPA? I would love a connection to them. And all of a sudden, that network and group of people are willing to connect you beyond into their network of people. And that really can help foster new growth for your business as well.
Yeah, and if you're looking for ways to help other small businesses, a Google review is one of the greatest things that you can give them, because Google reviews affect so much of someone's online visibility. The more Google reviews they get, the more visible they are in local searches, in proximity searches, and people trust Google reviews the same way they trust a review from a friend. They trust them as much. And so if you can stack on positive Google reviews, you're much more likely to get phone calls and interest based on those than if you didn't have any at all. So if you're looking for ways to help small businesses that you love, leave them a Google review. Google, Yelp, Facebook reviews in that order.
Mm-hmm. And then the other thing that we saw during this time over the course of the past year is some new technology came out of the woodwork. And one of those is Clubhouse. For those of you who have heard of Clubhouse, you'll know that it's an audio streaming platform. For those who have not, it is an audio streaming platform where you can listen to people who are experts in whatever industry that they're a part of. We have seen ranges of different types of industries represented there. Most certainly you're represented there in some capacity. And if you're not, you're able to create your own room, they call it, that people can join. People can join your club, people can join your room and learn more about what it is you do. It's a really wonderful way to take networking like this and grow it beyond just the people of Lake Oswego. There's been wonderful connections that have been made. So if you have a hyper local business, it may or may not be a place that you want to visit. But if you have a business that can expand, you have digital offerings, or you are able to work with people outside of the Lake Oswego area, it is a tool that you might want to add to your tool belt. Additionally, we have had Reels come through, and I'll let Nicholas talk a little bit more about Reels.
Well, Reels are a new feature in Instagram that are sort of combating TikTok, and Reels are things that allow you to get more visibility online. And what we talk about new technology not as a way to introduce you to new things that you have to do, but as a way to introduce you to a philosophy that you could see if those services would actually benefit you. Are there opportunities for you to engage in ways that you have not before? Are there opportunities for you to connect with other potential customers that don't know about you? And are there opportunities for you to raise your profile online in a way that would be beneficial to your business? And Reels and Clubhouse are new ways for you to be able to do that. So if you are good at speaking with groups, Clubhouse might be your jam. If you're great at making videos, maybe Reels are for you. If you don't want to think about either, then find some other way to connect with your customers and your business, your community, and really engage, because engagement is really the key to creating more business.
So if you would like to check out what a reel looks like, you can take a look at our Instagram. We have a reel from yesterday that we posted, so you can take a look and see what it looks like. If you would like an invitation to Clubhouse, we do have some invitations available, so you can private message us and we're happy to invite you. It is iOS only at this point, so you do need either an iPhone or an iPad in order to utilize the app. Otherwise, we hope that you got a little nugget of something out of our talk today. And if you need any other information or assistance, please let us know. Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much, Megan and Nicholas. I saw so many people reaching for pens and pencils. I know I kept my pen in hand. Listening to you guys talk is like an opportunity to get a little marketing gold. So in all of those things, how important is consistency in your messaging?
Consistency is key. Not only in your brand messaging, but also in what you stand for. Consistency is absolutely key. Making sure that you, if you're going to be posting on certain days of the week, make sure that you're posting always on those days. If you are going to be talking about a specific subject, make sure that that subject pops up more than just one time. It's very important.
And also consistency in how often you do it. I think people underestimate how much they could actually connect with people, and that more is generally better. The way that your online channels work is that you could post 100 times a day, and the people who want to see your posts will see them. But if people aren't already engaging with you, it's much harder for them to see your content. So you have to post with some volume in order to be discovered.
Great. Does anybody, thank you very much for that. So consistency of frequency, consistency of timing, consistency of message, all of these things matter.
Yes. And not to overwhelm you, you do not have to post 100 times. Usually the magic number is about 3. So just so you know.
More is better.
Thank you so much. That's a big relief. Do we have any other questions for Megan and Nicholas? I'm looking for a hand. Anybody? Christine?
Good morning. It's good to see you too.
Good morning.
So what have you've worked with a lot of people over this particular time, and I know that you said that these are the key ones. What have you found has been the overall within your clients, their biggest takeaway? What have they found has been the most successful for them?
Well, it's interesting because in some cases, there were optimizations of websites that needed to happen in order for the marketing that they were already doing to be working for them. So every situation is a little bit different, and we treat everybody, it's almost like a doctor. We treat everybody for whatever symptoms they're having at that time. And how can we improve their current environment? So we diagnose what it is that they need, and we give them the, the prescription for what they need. For most people, it is that there's something that they're not doing correctly. It could be the optimization of their website. It could be their social media content isn't engaging enough. It could be that they are running ads, but they're wasting their money. We saw people who are wasting thousands of dollars because they didn't realize they did not optimize their ads. There were certain things that their ads were lacking that in order for them to convert had to be present. So really it's about, how much of it are you doing yourself? How much of it are you having a professional do? Is the professional doing what you think that what you're paying them to do? And a lot of it had to do with auditing the situation and the environment people were in, and then giving them kind of the way forward, and figuring out what that was for each person.
And also email. Send out email. It will only help you. So I would say that the overwhelming majority of people that we encounter at first have not embraced email in ways that could really help. And committing to consistently sending out emails will really help achieve your goals, whether they're to get people to sign up for something, whether they're to get people to buy something, whether they're to just get people to remember that you're there. Emails are cheap and easy, and they are very effective.
Thank you. I agree with you on emails. We've sent out emails school-wide, but then there are some people that I also sent personal emails to, and I know that have received positive feedback from that.
Another thing that I think people don't tend to realize is that people want to be communicated to in different ways. You have people who love email. You have people who love a phone call. So I'm an email person. Nicholas is a phone call person. You have people who want text messages, or people who do get everything via social media. So you just want to be sure that you are also figuring out the target audience that you are wanting and asking those clientele that you already have, how do you like to be communicated with? And you might find out that, wow, you really should be focusing time over here that you're focusing over here.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Anybody else? As I look across the field, all right. Well, thank you so much, Megan and Nicholas. It's always a pleasure to see your faces. And I appreciate everything that you shared with us today. From here, we're going to say, Liz, do we have some announcements and happenings around town here?
Well, we have a few announcements. We're very pleased to announce that the business recovery centers are going to run through June now. So if you know of a business that needs some help, please have them call the chamber or the business recovery center number. We will be sending a survey out this week to businesses to see what it is they think they need in the coming year, because Clackamas County has received close to 81 million in the CARES Act funding that will be coming up. So in order to lobby or to talk to the Clackamas County commissioners, we kind of need to know what businesses need to see if allocations can be made to our Clackamas County business community. And we have multi-chamber networking next Wednesday. That is the third Wednesday of every month. It involves 9 local chambers. It's a chance, you do have to pay $5 if you're a chamber member, $10 if you're not, but there will be a link in the upcoming newsletter. It is a way to meet businesses from other areas up and down the I-5 corridor. And we will begin planning for the guide to Lake Oswego. So if you know a business who needs to be in that guide, please make sure they get a chamber membership. And with that, thank you so much, Christopher.
Absolutely, Liz. Thank you. Now, Before we split into small groups, we have an opportunity, if we have anybody who it's their first or second time, to come off mute and introduce yourself to the group.
Hello.
Hello, Gabby.
Hello. Thanks for having me again.
Of course, it's a pleasure to have you. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your business and why you're here?
Yes. Well, my name is Gabriela Roman. I am a foreign lawyer specialized in business law, legal asset management, and global transparency and ethics, regulatory compliance. And I also have extensive experience in tax, bank, antitrust, intellectual property rights, and consumers and privacy and data protection regulations. I have relocated to beautiful Oregon not so long ago for family purposes. And until I started a new position, I made plans and concluded a specialization in US regulatory compliance, finished the ACAMS preparatory course to obtain a certificate as a ML specialist, and became commissioned as a notary public in and for the state of Oregon. And because since I can only apply to be admitted to practice law locally as a house counsel, provided that I'm hired by a company authorized to do business in the state, I decided to also invest in creating a remote online organization, signing agent, and compliance business, most especially in view of the pandemic and new standards for service providers such as lawyers and accountants, with practice areas ranging from business structuring, evaluation of concentration acts, tax, financial, and succession planning, advising on asset acquisitions, and managing trusts and our charities. And I'm also studying to become a member of the Lake Oswego Chamber of Commerce. And because I would be incredibly pleased to get involved with its initiatives, including volunteering to any commission or participating in any event, as well as being able to extend exclusive offers to its members. So I would like to end by expressing my special thanks to the Chamber's president, Christopher Boyer, for graciously welcoming me today at this Friday networking session, as well as to Liz Hartman for her valuable and prompt assistance, and also to today's host, EdgeOne Media, for allowing me the venue and time to introduce myself. I will leave you my contact information and so that anyone that's interested, we can keep in touch. Many thanks to all.
Thank you so much, Gabby, and welcome both to Oregon and to Lake Oswego and the Chamber of Commerce. It's very nice to have you here. It sounds like you've really hit the ground running and done a lot of things, so that's absolutely great. Very impressive. We're going to split in some small groups now, and so Liz will automatically pull you into a small group, and we'll have an opportunity to chat amongst just a few of us, so we can all get to know each other a little bit more. And because Megan and Nicholas are so good at this, would you mind, Megan and Nicholas, what do you think we should be talking about as a small group? Do you have a leading question for us that you think would be valuable? I know you're good at this.
Megan does. She said just before I went